And I think another friend, I think he has raised some 5 queries. Who are all the migrant workers? Whether the migrant workers are applicable for specifically for some states, or how is it? That is what the first question. See, this is governed by the Interstate Migrant Workers Act. To be very specific, it started in Orissa, particularly with respect to the construction workers, right? But when the construction workers went to other place even within Orissa state, but other districts, right? But they found it difficult for stay or for managing, because they used to go with their family, right? So they will stay in the place where actually the construction happens, but they were not provided with any minimum wage or something like that. So I think that is the point when the government thought that it is better to come up with separate legislation for these people, and slowly it got extended to other states. And from one when a particular employee is hired from one state to work for another state, then that person will be treated as migrant worker, interstate migrant worker, particularly if that person is hired through a contractor. As on today, the position is he should have been hired for the purpose of employment from different state, number one. Number two, he should have been hired through a contractor, right? So in that situation, if there are 5 or more such interstate migrant workers in an establishment, or if a particular contractor is engaging more than five interstate migrant workers, then I think they are supposed to do the registration or the license under Interstate Migrant Workers Act separately, apart from what we do under Contract Labor Act. So that is the position now. But if a person has already come from another state and settled in another state now, then he is taking up employment in that state, then he will not be considered as a migrant worker. It is not the idea, right? But for that, I think we need to have, as employers, again, to safeguard our interests, we may have to collect the necessary documents to show that, to prove that. And the second point is whether the employer is required to pay bonus and gratuity for all types of works inside the factory premises, and the supply of semi-finished goods from outside the factory premises through outside vendor and contractors. No, see, for those people who are working inside the premises of the factory, yes, we may have to do that. But if the semi-finished goods are supplied from other vendors, right, who are operating somewhere outside the premises, then I think generally it is not required. They will not be treated as employees, but case to case we may have to check the facts. Only then we can decide on that. All the jobs carried out inside the factory through contractor or casual nature of work directly by the company, whether the company need to pay PF, definitely, right, irrespective of whether that person is engaged through a contractor or he is a casual worker engaged directly by the principal employer. I think the people are entitled to be covered under PF Act. It is to be done. And PF has accepted Aadhaar for age proof. Shall we submit the Aadhaar as an age proof in all circumstances? No, I think even for PF, I think at the time of settlement only, now since the Aadhaar is now verified for a purpose of extending benefits, not only PF, even other benefits. That is the reason I think Aadhaar is demanded at the time of settlement of PF. I don't think it is for age proof. Even if it is done, I don't think we can consider Aadhaar as age proof for all the purposes, for all the circumstances. We may have to produce the documents which are demanded by the appropriate authorities. And the fifth one is the company has declared 20% bonus for the year 2019-2020 for existing employees, whether it is statutory to pay the left employees or workers. If yes, the same percentage or anything else. Okay, so even if the person is not in service when the year-end bonus is declared, right? But if the person has actually worked for more than 30 days in that accounting year, in respect of which bonus is declared, then that person is entitled. That is to be paid. And of course, it is the same rate. It is not a different rate.